Well, hello, football fans, and welcome to this edition of the Billy Skinner Lamar Viking Football Coaches Show. I'm Bill Frawley, and with me, as always, head Viking football coach and male athletic coordinator Billy Skinner. Coach, how are you on this fine Monday morning?
It's Monday. It's still my favorite day of the week, so I'm doing great.
Awesome, awesome. Well, usually we start off talking about this or that, and then the sub-varsity teams. We have one game to talk about. We'll talk about Cravens Field and some other things as well, but I just got to say this. The Viking team on Friday night shows overall they can compete with just about anyone. And there is such momentum and incline on this with this program all the way through, like we've talked about before. But coach, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Just the will of our kids, and it got ugly. And it there was an opportunity for it to just be, hey, okay, we were happy to be here. Let's take our Chick-fil-A boxes and be glad that we got a cool meal. But the kids refused to let that be who we are, and so I was really really pleased by that. Um, I'll tell you the other thing that I'm excited about. One, it's really cool to get into the playoffs and have that opportunity. But before we even are off the field, I've got guys like Zion Johnson and Braylon Williams and Jaden Shaw talking to me about how excited they are to get going in off season. We're,
Wow.
we're not off the field yet, and they're already talking about they got to taste it, they got to experience it. But now, what do we need to do to get the gold ball? Now, what do we need to do to get over that hump? And the fact that they're already talking about off season, they're not talking about needing a break and getting in the training room. They're talking about wanting to get in the weight room and make sure that we don't feel how we felt on Friday again.
So there's mentally, if that's the right word to use it in this case, momentum. I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely.
they're not lying on the ground lamenting. They are
No.
saying, Coach, looking forward to off season, which means they're looking forward to next year. And
Yeah.
for the Viking program that you're and your coaches and players, everyone's buying in to get to the playoffs for the first time in 6 years, first time in your tenure. Wow, this is
Yeah.
great stuff.
No, it gave me goosebumps just to hear those conversations because again, it could have been, man, we tried. It could have been pointing fingers. It could have been all of those things. But instead it was, I can't wait to do the work to get back to this point and get over the hump. And that's that's my love language right there.
I was about to say it's got to give you tingles or something, whatever you. Yeah. Well, one of the things we were noting in the broadcast, including especially in the second half, fourth quarter,
Yep.
the VFND spirit really came out. I mean, there were people chasing down to make touchdown saving tackles. There was offensive drives that, hey, we're going to go for it. We're going to find a way to win that down, win that drive. And that shows that, man, they wanted to play the entire 48 minutes of clock time.
Oh, there's no doubt. I was so proud of that. Um, it's hard, it's demoralizing sometimes whenever you're down big to continue to be who you're coached to be, to continue to have that drive and that fight. But seeing our guys getting out there and getting on the ground, trying to get people down, and offensively continuing to push the ball down the field and continue and try to get in the end zone, like that's I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm not. I hate how the game happened. I'm not going to
Yeah.
sit here and sugarcoat it, but I'm so proud of our kids because they showed who they are, and that to me, that gives us great building blocks going into the off season.
Well, I want to give a shout out to the hospitality that Jesuit school showed us as a broadcast team. I'm sure, and you might want to speak to it also. But Brian Henry, the sports information director, yeah, their school has a sports information
Yeah.
director. But from the day last Monday, a week ago today, I sent him an email saying we'd like to have a booth. Man, immediate reply. Yes, we have a booth for you. Here's some parking spots for you. When we got up there, booth was ready to go. They had a cooler with bottles of water. Right next door was a little spread of hospitality suite for anyone up there, food. They have a stats team of
Yep.
adults. They came in after each quarter and gave us the stats for both teams. I mean, that was probably the best I've ever been treated anywhere.
No, it was a first class operation all the way around. Coach Hickman sent me a great message at the end of the game, and I'll keep that between he and I. But it was much
Sure.
appreciated. It was very complimentary to our program and our kids and those kind of things. But they are a place that does it all the right way. From they left no stone unturned. They took care of us. They made sure that they were very hospitable to the Vikes. So definitely appreciate those guys and appreciate what they did for us. And um, yeah,
And speaking of that kind of stuff, it segues into a little bit of like the what we say, good sportsmanship.
yeah,
There was never a moment. I'm sure guys said something here or there on the
yeah,
field that we don't see here, but it never got chippy. It never got one way or the other for either team, from
right.
what we could see.
No, it was a hard fought, clean game at the end. Our kids had nothing but respect for their kids, and vice versa. It was one of those deals where they could talk a little bit of trash and all that. And they didn't. I mean, it
Yeah.
was again just a first class operation all the way around.
Well, so what comes up next for the Viking football program? Hey, we talk about the three seasons at times. There's the pre-district play, there's the district play, and then there's the playoffs. All three seasons have ended now. What does come next?
So now we get into the developmental season. And I learned that from Laban DeLay, and that's one of those things I gladly steal from him. He avoided calling it the off season; he called it the developmental season.
Okay.
This week, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we get all of our equipment back. That way, I can spend money on all the cool things that we need here, and instead of having to replace a bunch of different things. So this week's all about just kind of finishing out the football season. For us, what that looks like is we take up the equipment, we clean the facilities. Basically, we just get a fresh new start on everything. We'll have exit meetings this week. I like to bring the seniors in at the end of the year, and I ask them from all the way from when they were freshmen to where they are, all the questions about our program, what was good, what was bad, what needs improvement, who made the biggest impact on you as a coach, just those kind of things. Because I feel like the seniors, they normally give really good feedback. They've got to experience the program, and so I mean, what they tell you is what the program is because they were the ones who experienced it. So that's normally one of my favorite parts of the year to get that feedback from them. So we'll do that this year. And then we've got to push here. Our principal, Miss Maroney, has done a great job of challenging us as athletic coaches and as athletic coordinators to ensure that they're getting more than a diploma. And so we have a
Yeah.
more than a diploma kind of push where we want to know, okay, what's your goal when you get done here? Because I probably got 5 or 6 that want to go play college football. Well, there's another 30 that want to do something once they leave this place. And so we'll spend a lot of time making sure that they got what they need, whether it's wanting to go to college, whether it's wanting to do military and making sure they're taking their ASVAB. If they're wanting to get right into the workforce, we're wanting to do everything we can to support those kids. So the next few weeks going up until Christmas, my job and my goal is to make sure I'm taking care of all of our seniors. So that's what I'm doing. And then the other position coaches, they'll do exit interviews with the underclassmen who are coming back. And we'll talk about goal setting for them, what that needs to look like, what their off-season goals are, or the developmental season goals are, what the summer needs to look like for them. So it's a lot of reflection, reviewing, and then creating new goals for our kids. We'll put together our developmental season plan. I can tell you right now, our goal is to get even stronger. I want our offensive and defensive lines to have massive jumps. I want our quarterback to not only run well, but I want him to be really strong in the weight room. So that's going to be an emphasis for us is just getting strong in the weight room. And then everybody made the track team, which is good. So we're going to get a lot faster as well.
Well, it sounds like a lot of preparation in a variety of ways, preparing those graduating seniors for their next steps, preparing the returning players for improving the program, improving personally, but as well as a team collectively. Is that a fair way to sum that up?
That's exactly right.
Okay, cool. Next question is changing topics some. Some people have been asking, so I'm going to ask, what is the status? What's the plan for Cravens Field renovations?
Yes, it's happening. We've been told anything that we want to keep, we better get off of Cravens by November 22nd, because that's when we're going to completely go offline there. So they're going to shut the stadium down. Now, what that looks like, I'm not for sure. I do know I get to sit in on a meeting on Friday to kind of have a better idea of what all that's going to look like and what that process is going to look like. But for the time being, I know that Cravens will not be accessible after November 22nd. So really excited about that. This is not a Cravens update, but this is a Lamar facility update, and this makes me happy. I don't know if this is going to make anybody else happy, but our turf room is kind of dark. We need some new lights, and the district is actually coming to install new LED lights over the Thanksgiving break. So really excited to see what it really looks like in that Mac turf room. So we're getting new lights and getting updated in there. So I'm excited about that.
Well, that does sound pretty cool, and hats off to the AISD program to help get that taken care of. Um, November 22nd, Cravens Field closed to everybody.
Yes, it'll be completely shut down.
All those gold bars you and I have hidden around, we better go get them before.
That's right. That's right.
All right. All right. Um, Next question or thought is, and these are really, I'm sure, unknowns. A lot of things coming up next season. Won't have Cravens again, but when will we find out? Do you know if we have a lot of Thursday night games again? And the other question, you take these however you want.
Yep.
February, UIL comes out with new schools, 6A, 5A, all that stuff, and that probably helps drive the actual schedule formation. Is that correct?
That is correct. So I've already got a non-district schedule ready to roll. I'm not going to release those names just yet because of what you talked about happening in February. I want to make sure that none of those teams end up in our district and all those kind of things. So yeah, February we'll find out what our new district is or if it'll change. I do know there'll probably be a little bit of movement just because you've got teams like Alito and Granbury coming up. And you've got a couple of 5As turning into 6As. You've got a few 6As going down to 5As like DeSoto and like Cedar Hill, I believe. Lancaster is another one that's going to go down. So there's no telling where we'll end up. We're right there in the sweet spot where we can go west, where this time we went east, and we really we have no preference. We're just excited to see where we end up and who we end up with. I'm not good at guessing, so I'm not going to guess at all who's going to be in our district.
Yeah, that's hard to say for sure. You mentioned a couple of schools, Alito, Granbury, those places are growing. Granbury, I believe, is the Pirates, correct?
Is that the Pirates or the Zebras? No, Grandview is the Zebras. Yes,
Grandview.
Granbury is the
And it's the
the, the
Pirates.
Pirates.
I
Yeah.
heard they're going to start selling corn on the cob next year. Do you know how much they're going to charge?
How
A
much?
Buccaneer.
That's perfect.
That's what a way to end this season. No, we won't end on that note. What else do you want to say as far as other athletic stuff going on at Lamar and Booster Club and however else you want to close out this show, Coach?
Yeah. Well, first I want to recognize our booster club and all the great things that they've done. I'm wacky. I have a lot of ideas, and it takes a lot of people to say yes. And we've got a great group and a great board that really took care of us. I want to shout out in particular Jeremy and Shelly Austin, who are our booster club presidents, and they've been with me since I got here. So their oldest son Nick was a senior what my first year, and now Brady they've seen him through his senior year, and they've been on the board that entire time, and they've been great. They've been fantastic. They've made sure that we have everything that we need, and more, and they always, hey coach, I love that idea, let's do it, or coach, have you thought about this, let's do this. And so I hate that I've tried to convince them to stick around for another year or so, and they politely declined. But I want them to know how much I really appreciate them and how much Lamar Viking football appreciates their contribution and what they've done for us. So definitely going to be hard to replace. And I just, that they've been who I've known since I've been here from a Booster Club board standpoint, and so I'm gonna miss those guys quite a bit.
For sure. Other
What else?
athletics then.
I've got other things too. Let's see. So
Okay.
Booster Club board. I want to thank the North Arlington community. Um, this season was really special. It didn't end how we wanted to end, but we did get to reach new heights. And guys like Adnan Bahar. So as we're leaving on Friday to go to our playoff game, he shows up and he's got some future Vikings with him because he wanted them to see what it looks like whenever a team's going to a playoff game, and just moments like that. I got a bunch of text messages from old Vikings who were extremely proud of what's happening here and showed up to support. I had a kiddo who I coached one of my first years here, and he made sure to remind me that he's 32 years old now. He was like, "Coach, I do want you to feel old, but also I want you to know that we've seen it and we appreciate what's going on." So I'm so stinking proud of our community. I'm so proud to be a North Arlington kid. And I'm proud to be a Viking, and they make me proud to be a Viking because of the love that they've shown, how they've taken care of us this year, and so just I love this place, and one of the biggest reasons why is our North Arlington community.
Awesome stuff. Anything else to shout out about athletics at Lamar High School, other teams, programs?
Yeah, it's wrestling time. If you have not gone, and I know I've said it before, if you have
Yeah.
not gone to wrestling, go check out wrestling. So we've got wrestling going, we've got basketball getting ready to kick off. So I'm really excited about that. Our boys actually play here tomorrow, the 18th. So
Yes.
if you have not had a chance to go catch some Lamar Viking basketball, please come out and check us out. Swim's going on. Get over to the natatorium and watch swimming. Like that is awesome. I think we don't have it yet, but I think water polo is getting ready to start happening soon. And
Oh,
if it does,
yowza.
I can't wait to watch some water polo. Like that
No
looks like the
kidding.
hardest sport in the world, having to keep your head above water and worry about playing and all that good stuff. But yeah, we've got a great swim team, and make sure you come out and come check them out. Golf is going on. I'm telling you, there's all kinds of stuff happening on our side of town. Soccer's going to get ready to get going in December with tryouts and all that good stuff. So just because football's wrapping up doesn't mean that the year is over. We've got so much going on here. And like I said, this is a great community. I want to see North Arlington come out for all the other sports as well.
Sounds great. All right, coach, it's been a great season. New heights, as you mentioned. Momentum is building, all kinds of great stuff. How about if we do another one of these in the spring sometime after things are going with your developmental season, as you say, I believe?
Absolutely.
And
That's
we'll just kind of
absolutely.
keep everyone in the loop as what's going on.
I'll bring some kids in with me on that one too.
Oh, yes, that we've done that before. That'll be great.
Awesome.
Anything else before we sign off, coach? Last call.
Man, it's been a great year. I want you to know how much I appreciate you, how much I enjoy doing this.
Uh,
Um, this is one of my favorite parts of the week because I get to hang out with you for a little bit. So
well,
I
thanks.
appreciate you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me. I enjoy it also, being involved every way I get to be. Well, thank you.
Awesome.
Well,
Yes, sir.
until next time in the spring, I'm Bill Farley with head Viking football coach and male athletic coordinator Billy Skinner saying VFND.
VFND.